I'm just drinking beer tonight. I can't drink my liquor. I'd be like you by the end of the talk.
Now, Ginger, is that nice to say?
I'm just saying I can't handle it like you can, apparently.
I would be like you. Exactly what is that I'm like?
It's a compliment. You know I love you, Darby. I have missed you. I've missed our get-togethers.
I know. It has been crazy. I've been running around and
It's a big old knot
flying
in my-
around and everything else, but it is good to be back here with the darlings. I was kind of worried because I just had a wedding. And, you know, my wife looks at me now, Thursday, you know you have the wedding, right? I'm like, when is it? 4 o'clock. Oh, no, 4 o'clock. How? And like this. But it was a web wedding. Very interesting. Love the people involved. And that's why it was kind of this thing. I grew up with the young boy. He lost his father, and we were very close. So, you know, there wasn't really a chance. Anyway, he was up in Seattle. His mom was in Spain. It was all over. It was over the web. We logged on from the backyard. I looked at my wife and said, now, how dressed up are you getting for the wedding? And she's like, I was just asking that question of his mom. Well, it's 12 o'clock at night in Spain, so the mom was in a nightgown. Charlie by the pool was in a bikini. I was like, so it was very, and then it was very nice. It was, and I'm very happy for the young couple. It was like an 8-minute wedding.
I do. Kiss the bride. Bye-bye.
What are the vows? Yes, you're gonna love this person. I compare that to a Greek wedding I went to. 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
There was actually one of the bridesmaids passed out in the middle of it because we all had to stand up there. I was part of it, and you stood at the altar, and then partway through it, the preacher, pastor, Greek, I should know. Anyway, the reverend takes the young couple off to his quarters to sit down and tell them about marriage and sex and what to expect. So everybody just kind of sits there and twiddles their thumbs for a good 20, 30 minutes. Oh, and it was so long and so hot. And a gorgeous I remember it on Wilshire Boulevard towards downtown LA. Big, gorgeous Greek, very Gothic. But yeah, one of the poor girls passed out. Anyway, 8 minutes, 3 hours, somewhere in between.
There's got to be a happy medium, is that what you're saying?
Gotta be a happy medium, Now, I was very touched and honored that my son, Nick, my oldest boy, asked me to marry him. So whatever length I
Wait a minute, it's how you just said it, asked you to marry him. Marry him and his
wife. When I do the services, do I have to spell this out for you, Ginger? Has it been that long?
It has been that long. You don't love us like you used to, Darby. We were starting to feel neglected on this end.
I checked in when I could.
4 minutes. Speaking of 8-minute weddings, your 4-minute check-in last Thursday, what was that all about? You barely got in a comment and you were already gone.
You know what? Because it would have been unfair, and I try to be fair. There was kind of a knock on the door, and it was the first 2 nights we were there. Both Mary McDonough and Buck Taylor and I, they kind of took us out to dinner to kind of big group things, and maybe some donors and all that. So we were kind of working all day, and then you're still kind of working it at night. And that was the first couple nights. And that was the third night I was there. And we'd all kind of say, we're just going to have, quiet in the room, not go anywhere, not do anything. Well, they kind of all ended up in my room, and we had kind of a party. But
no, the party was at your room? What?
What a surprise.
I know.
That goes with the Merv Griffin clip I'm going to show later. But we won't go there quite yet. I know.
We have so much to share. So first and foremost, we got 16 people here. I want to shout out to some folks saying hi and welcome back. Of course, Brenda Mudrack. We got Brett Hampton with us tonight. He's new from the Johnny Crawford Word on Westerns core of people, which is awesome.
And
Ellen Diorio.
We'll have to talk about Johnny. Go on.
Got Ellen Diorio. Oh, your sister Darren's on. That's awesome.
Hey, Dare.
John and Christy Kistler, I think. Yep. Karen Silverstein. Carla Craybaum. Sorry I didn't take your call today, Carla. I will explain how busy I was a little bit. So sorry about that. Linda Crowley. We got to speak up on an update on the Mid-South Nostalgia Festival that's next year.
Ginger didn't take my call earlier, okay?
I was having dinner with my family.
For some reason, put family above me and the show. I mean, come on.
Let's see, we have Mary Ryan, Pam Gauss, Pamela Riley Pavkovich, Patty, and my good buddy Stacy Schaefer, who took some fabulous photos of you, Darby, at the Johnny Crawford celebration, which was nice.
And, is it here? It's not here. And she made another beautiful mask that I wore that had the clouds on it because it was Johnny's album.
She made me some beautiful 4th of July ones too, which I really enjoyed. So as you can see, I will explain my situation. Darby can explain his situation. As many of you might know, maybe not know, I am hailing from Vermont. I'm visiting my parents. This is where I grew up. So their house, which is a 100-plus-year-old house that we've lived in 53 of my 54 years of life. My father is a huge railroad collector. That's hence the Amtrak so we're helping straighten / clean the house of railroad magazines, railroad cars, railroad cars, railroad cars, railroad cars, railroad signs, railroad signals, railroad lanterns, railroad timetables, railroad, anything railroad. He loves all things railroad. The reason I'm wearing the Amtrak stuff, my father worked for Amtrak for 25 years and we found all his uniforms over the course of it. And on Monday, the 19th, they're bringing back the Amtrak Vermonter. It's been on suspension because I guess COVID or whatever. So they're bringing it back to travel. It goes from like Montreal down to, I think somewhere in Massachusetts. So every town is doing some sort of celebration as the train makes its way on the run. So my father's speaking here in Randolph. And so I'm like, we found all his old t-shirts and his uniforms and his hats. And I'm of course making everybody dress up for the occasion.
Well, I take it, are you all going to dress up in uniform?
Well, you know me, I'm making everybody dress up. It's like, come on, we got to make signs. We got to make it happen. And we got to win. Our town needs to win the celebration award.
But it's not a competition.
Yes, it is. Actually, it's totally. But they're doing $1 tickets, so you can get on the train and ride the train. So we're taking it from Randolph up to White River Junction, which would be pretty fun. Yeah. So what's the deal with your backdrop there, Darby? What's with the flowers?
Actually, that's from my garden.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking that's something I want to do for the Darlings things. We're going to have to do it and have people send it in, but. Things that went right or that you enjoyed during the pandemic or, that you maybe wouldn't have if there hadn't been a pandemic. Like for me, my gardens never looked better. And I really enjoy getting there and really doing some major changes and making it look great. But just, getting to know people, not getting to know people, getting to know electronics and computers better. Picking electronics and computers up and throwing them across the room. No, positive things, positive. But it would be, nothing negative. I want to know something good that came out of the pandemic. And I think it'd be great to have a little list of that.
You want that list in the group or you want that list in our chat tonight? But you should do it in the group, then everybody can participate.
All right, in the group then. We'll set that up. And that'll be fun. I don't know how you would pick a winner out of all of them, but it'd be great.
I don't think everybody's a winner because we all had something positive that happened out of the pandemic. So made us all winners.
I
would have got to know you, Darby. I'm thankful for this. We would have never done this show if there hadn't been the pandemic.
That's very true. I wouldn't have opened up the Darby's and Darlings before, like I have now. And I really do. I really do enjoy this, sitting down and just getting to communicate and stuff. And if only Ginger had a personality, things might go a lot better here.
Well, I think you went from like 300 members to like 800 members. So we must be doing something right.
There you go. There you go. And we are going to do another viewing party, watch party. I've been going over the best things to do. And I did talk to Rosie yesterday on his birthday, and he is doing great. And he sends his love to all the darlings. And that's when I got that message that I posted. He gave me that and said, Darby, listen to this. And I thought it was great. I hope you had a chance to listen to it, because very nice. But we do have some people. I talked to this is so Hollywood, my sister, Veronica, and she's anxious to come on with her real sister. How do you do real? Her real sister, Angela. And we're doing that. And I'm still going to talk to Graydon Clark to come on and talk about his book. And maybe one or two projects we did together. So.
Oh, speaking of Greg, so I don't think we've had one of these since I started reading Graydon Clark's book. But it's so funny. He's so cute because he must ask you to do all these movies, but he's like Bob. He said, I've brought you a part, Darby. It's not a big part, but it's a part, whatever you can fit into your schedule. So I've enjoyed several and so it's funny because you can find a lot of the movies between Tubi and Amazon Prime and a lot of these. So they have been fun. I like the one about the Frisbee alien creatures, that scene with you and Cameron Mitchell, and you don't last long.
No, but look who I got to work with him. It was great. Like you said, Cameron Mitchell. I can't even list all the ones. Sybil Danning. I got to take her down in an alley, in a rainy alley, having just gotten out of a cast and could barely walk. But Graydon says, I got a part for you. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, of course. And it was a motorcycle accident, 9 months in a cast. Somebody posted something about in a wheelchair picture that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, what happened there? Though I never heard you ever mention that before.
And I had never seen a wheelchair picture. But this was after 9 months coming out. I mean, it wasn't solid history, but I was still learning how to walk without a limp and everything else. And the whole scene was running down this alley and chasing her. And then I'm supposed to tackle her. We have some cardboard boxes, and land in those and go. And it got to like 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time they set up, it was a night shoot and they wanted to do this as the last shoot, since everybody'd be wet because it was raining. Or the fire hose was on at least. And we get there and it's like 3, and I'm like, okay. And I didn't even really want to rehearse it because I didn't want to have to run this leg. And just before we go, Sybil turns to us, stunt people should be doing this. We really shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, no, we're going to go now. Don't worry. I promise. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to land. I'm the one on the ground. You'll be on top of me and everything. Are you sure? Yes. And so anyway, we did it and it was fun. But
but the picture you look like you're like 12 or 13. I know, but that's older.
Shepherd, right? Not Sybil Tanning. That's
no, you didn't say Sybil Shepherd, but thank you for correcting. We'll fix that in the edit.
Danny and I grabbed in other ways, but that's a whole other talk.
No, but the picture somebody posted, you look like you're like 12 or 13. What happened to your leg there?
I was 13.
But what happened?
You know what? No, I had to still be 12 because I was still doing Boone. No. That catastrophe was my house burned down and Boone gave me the day off. No, it was 13. I was just out of Boone and and trying to go back to public school late. Darren, you're on here. Can I tell this story or not?
We'll see if she gives us permission.
Maybe I should bring up my chat and Q&A here. Anyway, my sister had just got, it's much more macho if I say, well, it was on my Harley and but actually my sister had just gotten a Vespa and we were living up in Bel Air and we were late to school. So I went with her behind her on the motorcycle and we went down Bel Air Road and got into Dead Man's Curve. And sure enough, a gardener's truck came around the corner and kind of just really smashed right into my leg, pinned my leg between the bike and his bumper. And
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
the end of the story. And
Did
I
you not
fell
learn
down.
anything from Jan and Dean? Wasn't that?
No. This is even better. Okay, this is living in Hollywood, and I'm living up in Bel Air too. Okay, so I get hit. I'm face down on the pavement. I'm like, okay, dazed, and I felt like the bike was still on me because I was all numb down there. So I felt like someone was pinning me down. So I'm like army crawling, to get the bike off, and the bike's not quite getting off. And I turn around and I lift my leg up, and it just dangles there with this, white thing sticking out of it. And I lay back down. And I'm down there for like a couple of, okay, this what? And then all of a sudden, this angel of a man is staring over me. Now, I don't know if he said golly or not, but I sure thought he did. Golly. And then he left and went back. And by that time, my sister rushed over to me because thank goodness she wasn't that hurt. And I come on, wait a minute. Darren, was that Gomer Pyle or am I in really bad shape?
I was going to say Jim Neighbors saved
And
you.
It was Jim Neighbors.
It really was him?
It was him. He was in his limo coming down to go shoot his show. He had a variety show at the time. And he was right behind, and he saw this, and he came down. And now I'm blocking Bel Air Road, which there are people up there that think they live on the mountain. And there were people that wanted to move me and get me out of the road, because then they would have to backtrack a little bit and go around. And he's like, no. He stopped. He took off his jacket. He put it under my head. He made sure nobody moved me until the ambulance arrived, which was a good 20, 30 minutes till they found me. Probably 20. But no, he was the kindest man. And I had never met him before. And then by the time I was out of surgery and got back to my room at the hospital, there was a candy cane clown with balloons and, hope you're okay. And nobody can ever say anything bad about Jim Neighbors. I love that man. He was a little angel.
That's a great story. So how long were you in a cast?
9 months.
Oh my gosh. So now you can relate to women and having babies, I guess.
Well, it took a little extra time when they were first doing me to therapy, and they were moving me from the bed to the wheelchair so I could go down and do that. And there's some person holding your shoulders, and there's somebody that's supposed to be holding your legs. Well, they dropped my leg and it hit and it broke again. And so I had to go and have that taken care of. Yeah, it was not fun. They wanted to do bone grafts and everything. And I have no right to complain when my buddy Haggerty, I don't know how many pins he had in his leg. He set the metal detector off when he got out of the taxi. I mean, so I was blessed. And really, I was very blessed, because they did tell me I had to have a bone graft and I had to have pins. And I explained, and they explained, I'm like, I'll think about it. And we went off to the little retreat we had in Jamaica, and I laid there and I just concentrating on my leg and thinking about it and everything else, and came back and they said it's a miracle that I didn't have to have that graft, that it took this time and healed.
Was the graft ensure it wouldn't be shorter than the other, or was the?
They just said, we're going to take 6 inches of bone and carve that out and take it out and turn it around and put it in and screw it. I said, thank you. Thank you very much for that explanation. I'm going to go think about it. I'll be in Jamaica. I'll be in Jamaica, man. No problem, man. I'll be with the Rastas communicating with God, man, and heal me. And thank goodness he did. He's been very good to me.
All right. Well, you did get permission from Darren to tell that story. I know it's kind of late now, but she did give you permission. So you don't have to fret about that, okay?
Because that would have made the Canab trip real fun, wouldn't it?
I'm sure it would have. So let's see. Let's go to our Q&A. What?
Does Darren know that I have volunteered her and Darcy after they do Dad's movie? They said Q&A with Darby, and I'm like, oh no. Q&A with Darby and Darren and Darcy, and I mean they're his kids too, so
they deserve to be there too.
They'll be up on stage.
Well, at least Darcy won't look like she's flying all over outer space, so that'll be
well,
good.
She might, She's Darcy, I love her.
My sister Darcy Cook.
Now, can I thank Tom for this hat? Isn't this a cool
Absolutely,
hat?
you can. Tell us the story about the hat, Darby.
You know, he had such a backstory for this hat. Unbelievable. And which side did he fight on in the war and how long and this and that, you know. So it's great. I signed an NDA, so I can't really talk anything about the production of the movie or anything else.
No, but I can tell you this because I did research to look it up on IMDb, just to say what the basic story is. It's something about you're head of a family and the daughter gets kidnapped by Indians and the family has to go rescue her. Is that
And
yes
here
or
I'm
no?
not supposed to say anything.
Well, that's just what the story is. Obviously, they can't tell how the production went and all that. But again, it looks so. What can you say? Like what year it's supposed to be? It sounds like this guy who directs it does a lot of these kind of. I don't know. Are they based on true stories? I mean, he had quite a list of different types of these stories on his agenda.
There were some really wonderful historians on the set that. No, this isn't a figment of imagination.
So it is based on a true story then. You can tell that. That's pretty much in the info.
Well, when I took a picture with all those girls and Mary and said, "This is my family," I guess that showed I had a lot, but we didn't do costume for that. I don't know. It's so weird these days because you'll do that. You'll sign something, say, "MD, no social media, no this, no that," and then the producers will come to you. Now, did you post about it? Did you get it going?
You're like, I don't know, which part can I post and what can I not post? And yeah. Well, anyways, that I did research it to find out what it was about.
But they make you sign the NDA. So that's a written thing where when they say, hey, why don't you? So anyway, that's why.
Well, you didn't bring it up. You can tell them I brought it up. I said what the story was about.
It's all
you just denied or agreed or denied. That's all.
Ginger, can you cut this out and make a clip of this, a reoccurring clip? It's all Ginger's fault. That's it.
I'll take credit. Can you at least say when they're supposed to release this? Like, is this something they're going to release in 2021, or do you think it'll be?
We haven't finished filming it. We're going back and doing more.
Now, was some of that because of COVID stuff, or was it just scheduling?
Well, and I don't want to shock anybody, but it can get a little warm in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
And, they decided to wait and do it a little bit later.
Gotcha. Well, okay, we won't ask any more questions. Inquiry minds will wait and hear. All right, let's go to our Q&A, see if we can see what everybody's chatting about. So Brenda Mudrack says, hello, everyone. How are you all tonight? I think we've answered that. Pamela Riley Pavkovich, good evening, Ginger and Darby. So good to see you. Well, Pamela, it is great to be here, and we're glad to see you too. Brenda says, I would love to tour your parents' house, Ginger. I love old homes, antiques, anything old. Well, you would enjoy this house, but right now there's a whole lot of stuff in it. So I don't know how far you can.
I've heard if she drops the curtain that we can see her child bedroom. Bedroom.
This is my parents. It was my bedroom. Now it's the computer room, but yet somehow, AKA, it's my room. But I have to get up early in the morning so that the family can use the computer. So my poor brother, though, he went from his room is now the TV room. And I don't know, they move around. So I'm trying to tell my dad to get his crap out of here so we can have more bedrooms and invite more people to come and stay.
Well, we did the same thing when Ryder found his wonderful place that he had, and it was great and all. And, Sean was getting over the grief of him leaving the last one. And she turned his room into her office. And then that landlord upped the rate even during the pandemic, anyway, that turned into a whole thing. So he's back. Another one of my boys is back. India's coming in. I'm back to people sleeping on the couch again here. And
I'm guessing you love it. I'm guessing you love having your family there. Because I know my parents, as much as they're stressed out, is happy to have us here. Whatever the reason is, it's nice to have everybody under the same roof, enjoying dinner together and being together. And that's what it's all about, right?
That's what it is. And that's what I was hoping Canab would be all about.
We'll get to that in a minute.
With all the family getting to yes. Oh, you know what? Come on, because otherwise we'll just sit here and chat away. You saw the pictures I posted of my grandson, right?
Oh, he is cute. cute. When are you going to get him a little coonskin hat? We never saw that one. You never fixed his hat for us.
Oh, please. I'm so bad. And all I do for kid actors, I'd have him working if he was here, all right?
You were too enthralled with his cuteness. Look at his cuteness. He's so cute.
His mom caught me teaching him how to find the camera. Find the lens. Look right in it.
Yeah, but every one of his pictures, he was ready. He was camera ready.
Oh,
He's so
he
cute.
gets the camera on, he perks right up. And you know how they say it's in some people's blood? I couldn't imagine who they're talking about.
Well, they always say, too, it skips a generation. So he would be right in line for your talent. So there you go.
Well, so anyway, for that and for my son, because he had me looking for pictures of him when he was a baby, and of course to compare and stuff like this, I found this one little tape I want to share with the darlings here and the dudes. Very politically correct there. Hi, darlings.
I think Darby has his favorites. No offense, dudes.
It's all Ginger's fault. It's all Ginger's fault. All right, let me set this up for you, okay? This is back when I was doing the soap opera Days of Our Lives. Should I give a Days of Our Lives picture out for the first person that comes up with what was my name on Days of Our Lives?
Ooh,
Come up with the character's name. I'll shoot you off a picture from Days.
But I got to scroll ahead here.
Well, we can see, it'll track who got the. Anyway, so while I was doing the show, I had a publicist, and my publicist really thought, because I kind of had that with a movie I had done right before it, that somehow I was more sellable, or more if I didn't publicize that I was married. So I wasn't even supposed to be married, even though I was a couple of years into the whole marriage thing. And you kind of go along with it, right? You're paying them money to, do their thing and whatever they're supposed to be doing. Anyway, so that's the lead up to this. Up until this interview, everybody thought I wasn't even married. Now, what happened is right before me, and I was going to show you that clip, but then there was the 30-minute, however long commercial break. Pamela Bellwood, who was doing Dynasty at the time, right? She was a Carrington, was very pregnant. And she was out to here, and they were joking about, the baby might come right now. We don't know. It's here, whatever. And so I was backstage with the nanny, with the baby, and with my wife in the dressing room, because we'd come together as a family. And I said, quick, and they came to get me. You're next on. Come on, we have to go after break. I said, give me the baby. What? I said, no, give me the baby. And so now let me share this clip with you. This is the Merv Griffin Show. It was just a couple of years ago.
It's got to be a lot of years ago. It can't be just a couple of years ago.
Hush there, Ginger.
Hey, don't forget to click your...
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. You told me to do what? No, stop.
Just hit stop share. No, not that. The actual stop share at the button at the top.
Share.
Okay, now when you hit share screen, do the optimize video and share the sound. I hear it playing though.
Why is it going already?
Because the quick time.
From the Celebrity Theater at Sunset and Vine in Hollywood, it's the Merv Griffin Show. Today, Merv welcomes Pamela Bellwood, Fred Travelina, Darby Hinton, Dr. Judith Walker. And now, here's Merv.
Joining us right now is the young actor who played the role of Fess Parker's son on the old Daniel Boone television series, and now he's grown up into one of daytime soap opera's hottest newcomers as Ian Griffith on NBC's Days of Our Lives. So would you all welcome Darby Hinton. Darby. He said Pamela just dropped this off backstage.
She couldn't wait to the hospital, and she was right there. No, he just wanted to come out and say hi.
This is your son.
Yes, I guess I have to admit to him, this is my
Darby,
son.
he's beautiful. Oh, don't cry. No. Oh, did they frighten you?
And that was his debut, and he's now leaving.
Is there somebody to catch him back there?
Yeah, I'll just throw him off here. Okay.
Did you,
So much fatherhood, yes?
did you cut the cord and when?
What? Oh, yeah, I even got married. I did the whole thing.
I know you got married. No, when
Yes, I did. They
The
handed
baby.
it to me. I cut the cord. I was fine. That was no problem. You know what the problem was?
what was the?
The circumcision.
Well, that's
They
an
tried
area
to-
we've never discussed here on the show before.
I'm sorry.
But sit
I'm
down.
sorry.
And we'll
No,
talk.
but they tried to have the father change the bandage of that, and I couldn't. No way.
Oh.
That looked painful.
So now that is a matter of public record about your son.
Yes, but I'm hoping that you really won't tell anybody. You know, keep a nice little
Never.
secret. No, actually, I usually avoid the family and stuff.
Yeah.
Mention anything about them.
That's the first.
That's first.
That's Nicholas.
That's the first.
Yeah. How
And
many
this
are gonna-
holiday season, I can't. He's so wonderful. God, it's great to have a kid.
It's made a big change in your life, hasn't it?
Of course.
I've known this young man for quite a long time.
And I'll let you hear the rest of it. But I just, first of all, wanted to let you know where I'm coming from. I had just admitted to everybody, including my publicist, agent, that I was married and had a child. Okay, number one. Now, that's already running through my mind. And so, well, the one thing I know that Merv's not going to talk about is kind of how much trouble his son and I got overseas in China, because I'm sure he would, want to bring that up all. So as I'm settling in my seat, still with the, how am I going to deal with the other, then that rest of the interview went. And I know that was a lot of drama just to explain that, but
Yeah, but you're not even touching on the whole circumcision thing, that you were the first in television history to actually bring that up on national TV. Your son must be horrified.
you know what? And Merv has done how many tens of thousands of shows every day for all the. That's a record. Who do we call? Guinness or something?
I don't
And
know.
Ames had the longest laugh because of the tomahawk throw in Johnny Carson. Darby Hinton had the most because he talked about.
Oops moments. Did I say that out loud?
Well, I don't know if many dads have been there for that procedure, but it is kind of a traumatic event. And I don't know why it's necessary. Anyway, we won't.
I'm sure the
continue.
Jewish people would disagree with you.
I'm not Jewish.
Well, see, that's why it's, whatever. Okay, so don't forget, when you go to share screen, hit optimize video and share your sound.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All right, well, while you do that, I'll keep reading the comments.
yeah,
over
do
here.
the Q&As. There we go.
All right, so Brenda Mudrack says, I love that video Rosie sent you, Darby. Thank you for posting it. It was very inspirational, so that's cool.
It was great and very timely, I thought.
Kathy Ellis Stone says, your leg after the wreck sounds like Randy's. He tore his quad tendon out from under his kneecap last week. Surgery tomorrow to reattach it. Woo.
No, I didn't do the knee because the bumper just came right in and pinned the leg. So it snapped the tibia and the fibula right in the middle.
That sounds bleh. Okay. But Kathy and Randy will be in our thoughts and prayers. I hope everything goes well for him. Brenda Mundrack says, good for him. No, you never want to move someone injured unless they are in a dangerous area. Other than that, you never move an injured person. She's commenting about Jim Neighbors. So that's cool. Robin Gronemus, one of my biggest fans, says, Ginger, you're rocking that hat and I love your hair. Darby looks okay too. Well, you're supposed to like his hat because he looks like Smokey the Bear with it. No, I'm kidding. I'm picking on him. Thank you, Robin. You're my favorite. No, I'm kidding. I mean, you are. I'm not kidding about that. But Brenda Mudrack says, I'm a paranormal investigator, Ginger. I'm used to maneuvering through stuff. Ooh. Yeah, well, these are definitely Brigham Treasures, which is my parents' last name. So my brother found an old Star Wars poster that somebody's interested in. We've got about 30 railroad lanterns. Who knows what the history is on those? So it's been fascinating. Okay, this is in regards to your grandson, Darby. Brenda Mudrack says, he's a born actor, such a little ham, and so cute. He is cute. All right, Robin Gronimus was our winner. Was Darby's name Ian Griffith? Yes? You're muted. But he did shake his head yes, Robin, so I'm thinking you are correct. Pamela Riley Pavkovich says, oh my goodness, what a precious picture, Darby. I'm not sure which, of your grandson. And Pamela Riley Pavkovich wants to know, Darby, did you pinch Nick? I don't know what
pinch him. Oh, what, to make him cry?
Oh, yeah.
What
What
kind
was
of
that
stage-
about? He was terrified.
What kind of stage father do you think I am? He all of a sudden looked down and saw the audience, the bright lights.
You didn't answer the question, Darby. Did you pinch? Are you avoiding the question?
Remember we talked about Heroes Island and stuff? I had the director tell me later when he showed up on the set of Highwayman. And he said, there was this scene that Morgan Mason, who, by the way, was just in LA when I was out of LA. But he said, there was a scene Morgan was supposed to do, but he was really supposed to cry. And we couldn't get him to cry. And your mom went, oh, Darby will cry. I can get Darby will cry. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, fine. So now I got to watch the movie. So he said, all of a sudden, put him in the arms, and your mom went up to you and just pinched you really hard, and you started crying, and it was a great scene. I'm like, wait a minute, but who knows? Maybe he was just telling stories.
That's why you love show business. What? Give up all this? All right, that's all our Q&A. So let's see if there's anything on the chat that we need to hit up here.
Here. Should we do the rest of this now, and then we'll come back to the chat?
Okay, are you gonna play the whole thing, or are you
I'll
gonna
play the whole thing. I'll keep my mouth quiet.
remember click optimize video and sound share, and then hit play on
So
your.
I just revealed that I was not only married but had a child, and I was thinking, okay, I could just settle down and we'll talk about Daniel Boone, but instead,
Good friend of my son's. They traveled around the world together while I got major phone calls at home. Now do you know what they've done? I'm not telling the China story, but that was shocking.
We're still friends with China. They love us over there.
But barely.
Well, but we're still friends.
Yeah, I got a call from every mother and father, from everybody on... See, they went to school together on a boat. But they go to college on a boat.
It's the floating college that goes around the world, and you study different cultures and religions, and...
And did it float?
And it did float, and yes, Tony and I did manage to divert from activities every now and then,
Well,
but we had a good time.
Were you punished with him in Singapore? Tell the truth, come on. You've never told me this, Darby.
Yes, I was.
Years have passed now, you can tell me the truth. All right, so
I was not allowed off the ship. But actually, it was a total mistake, and our Chinese friends did love us. It was a party that the head of the tourism of China was at, and everything else. Unfortunately, there was a reporter for a newspaper, the LA, that happened to be in the same hotel that we didn't know anything about.
And called it disco diplomacy, and they set fireworks off in China.
That was not us.
Huh?
That was not us. We got blamed for everything, Tony and I, because they just they thought we stood out and deserved it all.
Well, I got a call.
But that was not our party.
I got a call from the Perrys in Hawaii, who
Yes.
said, we think there's a major problem on the ship, and that your son is confined to the ship, and so is Darby, and so is our daughter. The next thing I got was a telephone call from Singapore, from Tony. Hi, Dad. I said, hello, Tony, how are you? I said, where are you? He said, in Singapore. I said, oh, it's a beautiful city, I'll bet. Have you been all over the city? Silence. Well, have you visited the city? Well, I see it. And I said, from where do you see it? Well, I haven't gotten off the ship yet. Oh, and I love it, those cover-ups, those stonewalling...
It wasn't that
water
bad.
gates.
It wasn't that bad. We were just out having a good time.
Yeah. How's your life these days?
My life is great right now. It's
I
really
want to
going
show
well.
the audience. You had a really interesting career. How old were you in the Daniel Boone series?
For Boone, it actually started when I was around 6 years old and went for 12 years. Excuse me. I went till I was 12 years old and went for 6 years.
6 years. Let's show that, and then let's talk a little bit about that transition. Watch.
fish, Mr. Trout. Take this bait into your mouth. Take it deep and don't you spit it, and there'll be fresh fish in the skillet.
What do you got? What do you got in there, huh? What's in there? What do you got in there? Nothing. 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 I gotta have food. Food. You understand? I gotta have food.
What? I didn't have any, sir. Help!
Whoa! Who was that kid? I can't believe you guys did one with me singing. Please.
Yeah. Thoughts? Do you remember that part of your life?
I love Neville, and I've had a chance to work with Neville since then. I do remember a lot of it, and a lot of it I look at because they started playing it here again in Los Angeles. Every now and then I turn it on. And some of it, I don't remember at all, and it's like I'm watching somebody else in other parts. Well, Fess was wonderful, I must say that. If I could have picked a father, because mine died when I was a year old, my mother never remarried. If I could have picked a father to grow up with between the ages of 6 and 12, Fess was the man. He was great.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, it was wonderful. I had a great time doing that show.
How difficult was the transition from 12 on?
It wasn't that bad. I got a lot of that, now you're going to be the all-American kid, and you're not going to be able to do anything else. So I went out and I did a morphine addict on the Bold Ones and a troublemaker on another show. But actually, I kind of left it for a while, and I just went off and did my traveling.
Very few actors make that transition from famous kid actor to adult.
Well, a lot of people lay guilt trips on you when you're a child actor.
Really?
Gee, aren't you sorry you missed growing up like a real kid? You know, aren't you sorry you gave up your normal childhood? And even though you keep saying...
They don't say that to you when you're a kid.
Oh, of course they do. All the time growing up. They try to, you know, and you say no, no, and then you start hearing it for so many years. You go, well, gee, maybe I did miss something. But I went out and saw other things. I had a fabulous time. I don't regret it at all. I'm not sorry I did it. I'm still in the crazy business. That must mean something.
We'll return right after these commercial messages. A strange home life. With, am I right? Boa constrictors.
Well,
strange,
actually,
lethal dogs.
Actually, the pythons and the boa constrictors left right before I got married because my wife wanted cats. And
big ones or pussycats?
Well, no, just little house cats. And I've never really had just regular little house cats. I have had some of the bigger ones. But I can't, you know, I never cage any of my animals. That's how come my neighbors all love me. I mean, I know your friend Jaja, she once called me up and told me to bring the monkey out of her closet. Broke into her house and just started going through everything. Because I've had monkeys, I've had everything. And I don't like caging them or keeping them in. Unfortunately, I have a lot of land.
But what about the snakes?
They just used to roam around the house. They used to like to spend most of the time on the waterbed and stuff because they like the heat from that or under the couch.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. They're great pets. They're quiet. I mean, the neighbors never complain. They bark too much, right? You only feed them every other week and stuff.
But are they ever at all dangerous?
I had one get mad at me once because I tried to grab him out. We have an indoor swimming pool. And he had crawled in a swimming pool and was swimming all around. I was trying to get him out, and that's the only time I've really been bit by one.
And what happened? He bit?
Yeah, he turned around and took a good chunk of my hand. He was about 9 feet at the time. And he took a good chunk, and we both kind of like stare at each other like, where are we going from here? But it worked
And then
out.
along came your bride and said, get them out.
She didn't actually say that. She just wanted the cat. She likes the snakes, too. No, she likes all the wild, crazy animals like I do.
Right.
But I just knew that's one you can't train a
What would
snake,
have
and you can't
happened-
say, you know, this is a rat, you can eat this, and this is a cat, don't eat that. It's just
Would the snakes eat the cats?
snake will go for anything it can swallow.
What about dogs? What are you down to?
I am down to right now because I'm doing some rebuilding, so I moved into a small area. 2 Great Danes and a pit bull. And please, no letters. Pit bulls are wonderful animals. They're not killers. I believe in how they're brought up.
Yeah.
I do not believe it. You know, it's a bad blood or
You have
anything
a
else.
sweet pit bull.
He hangs out with the cats. He hangs out with the kid. I trust him with anything. He's a great dog.
What made you do the soap opera?
Actually, I was traveling a lot, and this is the first time I came back to LA and stayed for a while. I've been doing, you know, movies in the Philippines, martial arts and stuff like that. And I came back, and I looked at my wife. It was just like Pamela you had here, and I went, oh my God. And I got on the phone to my agent and said, quick, get me a job. And that was basically it. I just saw the responsibility and
it's made you a homebody.
it had, well, it's, you know, it's homebody. I don't know if I like that word.
Anybody ever tell you look like Magnum?
Tom Selleck?
Yeah.
No, actually, it's Woody Allen usually, I thought. Would be. What do you think? No?
No.
Okay.
Darby, we wish you a wonderful new year.
Well,
a
thank
lot
you.
more success with the Days of Our Lives.
Thank
and
you
that
very
beautiful
much.
family you've started.
Oh, it's great. That's my Christmas present right there.
There you go. Thanks,
Thanks
Darby.
a lot.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
Darby Hinton. Good luck to you. Okay. We'll come back.
Oh my gosh, that is the cutest interview. How have you kept that from us, you sneak? Got a whole year to share it with us, and today's the first day? What? That was the best. And see, that snake does not need to live with me. You're the one who loves snakes. They're wonderful animals. Blah, blah, blah. He can live with you.
Outgrew it. And if anybody would like a very nice Florida rat snake that has only been fed dead food, so you don't have to get live rats, let me know, because I think I'm looking for a home.
Oh, well, there you go. I have 2 house cats, so I can't have a snake and a small dog. So
all
you can't live with
the
me.
cage with it if you
Remember, you don't believe in animals being caged. So.
was that dating it? Yeah, they like to hang out on the waterbed.
Oh, I thought you just said in the pool. I didn't know you were saying the water.
No,
bed,
went into
too.
the pool too. But the snakes did like the waterbed because the waterbeds were heated.
Oh,
That was the worst thing about a waterbed. If the heater ever went out, you woke up so drained because that cold water would just sap everything out of you. I don't know if anybody else out there had a waterbed.
let's see a show of hands on that.
I had one.
You were the
I had
cutest.
one.
And yes, you do look like a blonde Magnum. I had said that way before. You should have been Tom Selleck, not Tom Selleck. So you should have given Ruben a hard time about that.
I have another wedding this weekend, and I have got to get my hair cut. But I still have to be the guy on the planes. But
Sorry, I got a bug flying around.
Said, now, they didn't do any of that feather and stuff. I just got so anyway.
Did you get a bowl cut? Did they just stick the bowl on your
I talk about that in the book. That was one of the few times I saw my mom lose it on the set. As she came around the corner and Fess had a bowl on my head and was giving me a bowl cut on camera.
Well, what episode was that he showed the clip from? I've never heard you. Well, you say you don't sing. You sang pretty good in that clip.
Oh no, I don't know if I would have shown this again. I just saw the part with Nick. I forgot what the whole interview was about. It's the only time they have me singing, and now you know why.
Why? You were on tune. It wasn't like you were awful. Of course, the creature from the bushes, whatever his deal was.
Yeah, no, that's a great episode. That's a great that episode made it to one of my 4 tops.
Oh, is that what that one's from? We don't think we've watched that together, so.
Well, unfortunately, he's gone.
Oh, well, that's a downer. Okay, we're gonna be positive.
I'm
Come on,
sadly
Darby.
going
I
through
know
the
you're
Rolodex.
rusty, but
Sadly going through the Rolodex at Tanner going, anybody there?
Robin Gronum has said, who was the Tom who gave Darby the cool hat? I missed the first few minutes. What's Tom's last name?
Tom Quinton.
And my question is
I'm not pronouncing that right. Hold on.
Is the sweat real or is the sweat added?
No, that's the whole thing. He had to make it look. You know what? I actually noticed that on the flight back. I played back when I did one of the live chats where I just talked to myself instead of having you to talk to. And I started with the story about world news. I think it was the Tom Hanks one. And I didn't explain why I brought that up. Because I watched that one and Tom's hat looked like it was brand spanking new. I mean, the wagon overturns, everything happens to it, and it kept looking like it was brand spanking new. So that's why I'm so thrilled. This hat looks like it's been around for a while. And it was flown to the set the day before we started shooting.
Really? Wow.
Isn't that great?
He's done a lot of the big famous people's hats, he was telling me. I don't remember what he said, but he's done a lot of the...
He is a top hat maker.
He likes that attention to detail. He doesn't want him to look fake. So Tom Quinton,
No,
Quinton, I think is how he
How
spells his last
embarrassing
name.
is this? Quintana, that's it. I knew it was.
How you
I
spell
was
it?
called Tom.
How you spell his last name?
Quintana.
Oh, see, I was wrong. And he is on Facebook. And the name of his hat company is,
Alamoso Hat Works.
so you have to check him out. And he's got his website. I think he's got a whole bunch of the ones they've done for different shows and movies and stuff like that. So
And rodeo players and everything else. And it fits. That's what's so
that's why you love him, because of your special mold he made for your head. You won't tell anybody what size head you have. He's the only one he can make a fortune on.
you
that
gotta put all those brains somewhere.
All right, Carla Graybaum says, I have missed you both. I was watching Rosie. I needed to hear what he shared. I hope that Rosie is doing well.
He is.
Yes.
He's doing really good. I'm very happy to say.
And he had a good birthday.
Had a good birthday.
He turned
And-
90 or did he turn 89?
89.
Wow.
89. And we made plans. We're going to hopefully see each other pretty soon.
That's exciting. Keep us posted on that. That'd be cool. Brenda Mendrack. So Ginger, did Darby send you your your snake cat? You already heard my answer on that. I have cats and a small dog, so no. I am glad you gave a shout out to the pit bulls, because my friend Gus in North Carolina has a very, very sweet pit bull named George, who's got like the tiger pattern. And
Yeah.
he was super sweet. He was very
One
sweet.
of the sweetest dogs around. Oh, no, that's way too bright. Hold on. I'm trying to get
Is that
some of my
also
other
from your
flowers.
garden? Are you giving us a tour of your garden?
There we go. I just thought I'd mix it up. Well, I should give you a tour of the garden. There we go. Does that look too much like a halo? Look at, I took that from an airplane.
No, it looks like the atomic bombs exploding out of the middle of your head. There you go.
It's
Blow
Ginger's
your mind.
fault. It's Ginger's fault.
It blew your mind. There you go. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
All right. Robin Gronimus says, will you bring us some clips of your Philippine martial arts movies? You can watch Firecracker on Tubi TV. And what's the other one you did? You can find him out there. He's a very, very good martial artist. I will say in Firecracker, you are quite amazing up to the bitter end. And he's quite cut. So he apparently knew he wasn't going to be wearing his shirt because he's quite cut.
You know, it really makes me, there's quite a few things that make me laugh watching that. And I haven't done that in a while. But if I remember correctly, there's one scene where there's actually oil. No, anyway. We won't go into it.
You'll have to watch it and then you'll have to ask about it.
Oh, are there stories about filming in the Philippines? No, nothing happened down there.
Oh my gosh. You told us that story about the hazers or whatever, but it wasn't really hazer. It wasn't really smoke. It was actually insecticide. So much for contacting your union to save you, right?
In Hollywood, they use those machines, but they put gas that's supposedly at least non-toxic. But no, in the Philippines, let's just go with insecticide. It comes with the unit.
Anything goes, baby. All right. Sandra wants to know, what pets do you have now?
We inherited a turtle because somebody came to our door and said, "We hear you have, a turtle," and we had a tortoise for about 11 years that we loved, but unfortunately he passed. So I have that, the fish. Basically, it's my two boys, General Mad Dog Mattis and Hunter S. Thompson.
Who were dogs, by the way. For those of us who were just tuning in.
Do I have now? See, look, I have all the
We
grandpa.
might have new
pictures.
people, Darby. I'm just saying.
I have all the grandson pictures. I thought, now don't be like the grandparent that brings up, had to teach him how to swim.
Aww.
He should
He
be
looks
doing
like he's looking at you like, are you nuts?
He should be doing laps by now. Come
Aw.
on.
He's
Well-
like anything to please my grandfather.
Well, you have to remember, I grew up in an indoor swimming pool. I had to learn how to swim, as did my sisters. Learn how to swim before we could walk, because they didn't want us walking into the pool. So all my kids did that. I mean, from an extremely young age, they were all very good swimmers.
Aw, he's so good. I loved his hat. That was cute.
And
Carla
his
Craigbaum
mom
said, what?
And his mom was panicking. I will say that. She was like, no.
Yeah, did you learn nothing from the Kim Richards incident of 19 whatever year that was?
Actually, that was Kyle Richards.
Oh, sorry.
Kim.
The Richards family incident, we'll say.
Kim was swimming quite fine at the time. It was Kyle Richards who was just born, and I wanted to teach her how to swim. And her dad wanted me to teach her how to swim. And when I took her underwater, her mom wanted to kill me. Kathy was like, no. We had fun. I haven't talked to Kyle since, but.
Carla Graybaum says that was a great interview. I agree, Carla. That was a good interview. Kathy Ellis Stone says, Ginger, please repost the Merv Griffin video. My daughter and son-in-law rescue pit bulls, and he'd love to hear what Darby said about them. So it'll be built into the.
You know, it's what was the one that Wayward Home, where it was a cute dog. People didn't realize that was a pit bull. The Sony dog that was listening to the big, phonograph, that was a pit bull.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have known that.
Spanky and our gang, that was a pit bull. They're very people dogs.
I thought those were Jack Russell Terriers or something. Those were pit bulls?
Well, what you do is, because I remember once I had Sammy with me. His name was Samson. I had Sammy with me, and I went into the elevator, and this girl was just like, oh, that's the cutest dog. And started saying, what kind of dog is it? And I said, pit bull. And she started looking for the emergency exit out of the roof of the elevator. And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's the same dog you were petting 2 minutes ago. It's fine. So after a while, you start calling it a Staffordshire Terrier instead of a pit. You have to, because you don't want to be shamed for having it. Now, when they do get mad, and usually if you really look at the cases when it happens, it's usually because they're trying to please somebody, guard something or anything, or they're bred to fight, but they do a lot of damage. They're very strong, powerful animals that can also take a lot of damage. Mine got in a fight with some coyotes. And
really? Wow. How many coyotes did he take down?
I don't know. All I know is I was in black tie, limousine waiting. I was going to some premiere or something. I can't even remember what it was. But he was like, Sam, and I opened up the door. Come on, Sam, where are you? Called him, and he comes in. Hi, how are you? I'm like, good. And I put his food down, and he reached forward to eat his food, and I saw all his ribs underneath here. He was just ripped open.
No.
He was eating away. He didn't care. I'm like, oh, I gathered him up, and we went right to the vet and sewed him up. But there are one tough dogs. I will say that.
You're gonna have to find us a picture of him so you can show us a picture of him. Or do you have one?
What you want one right now, or is this something I'm supposed to remember?
I don't know. If you have one handy, you could do it now, and then you wouldn't have to remember to do it.
Okay,
let's make it easier.
It does, doesn't it? Because then they pile up on me. That was Sammy.
Oh my gosh, what a great picture. What's with the pine cone?
Did I ever mention I grew up in Hollywood? Okay.
I know. So, who poses with a pine cone?
I probably had to pay extra for that pine cone. Don't mock my pine cone.
Oh, I do. I've seen them that size at Lake Tahoe, but I didn't know they had them in
my pine cone.
He was beautiful, though. Oh, pretty. He was a beautiful dog. All right, so that's Sammy.
So much fun. What time is it? Oh my goodness.
I know. My brother wants to have movie night tonight, so
okay. Have we scared everybody off? Or?
No, we got 23 people here actually tuning. All right. Brenda Mudrak says Rosie looks really good for 89. We totally agree. Tammy says I joined later, so I'm sorry if someone already addressed this, which we did not, Tammy. But I've seen.
Oh,
I've been
well, we do the whole thing right now. Go ahead.
I know, but I've been a little concerned about Don Collier. How's he doing?
Don is doing good. Talked to him 2 days ago. Terry Bomer was with him. Terry, I think, is taking off today. So you're right. I should call him. I will certainly call him in the morning. He's doing good. He's doing his radiation, and he was laughing and talking. One of the other reasons about Kanab is not only that treatment's going on, but also the altitude there. He accused me of trying to kill him when I took him up to Bryce when we were at Kanab last time, because that was even higher altitude, and that really started to affect him. I drove back across country with him from the Elvis Festival to Kanab, and didn't even realize, because we were driving at night and we're finally like, okay, let's just, wherever we can find a place to sleep. And I remember, and they gave us something upstairs, and I went to the top of the stairs and was like, am I okay? What's going on? And it was the altitude. We gained that much altitude already. He's still hoping to do Texas, Flatlands of Texas. And where's the other one? We're doing
Williamsburg?
Anyway.
Or Mid-South?
Yeah. But he's still doing great, laughing, talking, and being a good.
Well, tell him all the darlings and dudes send him our love and hugs, and we're all thinking of him, so he knows. Stacy Schaefer says, are the dogs and turtle coming with you to Kanab?
No, the turtle is kind of king of the big pond I have him in, and he runs that show. So yeah, he's got his sunbathing hours and all, and so no, the turtle won't. I think that I miss him so much when we go away, because when we were empty nest anyway, I miss them so much that they just might make their way to Kanab.
Oh, that would be fun.
As warm as it might get there.
Brenda Medrak says the name of the movie was Homeward Bound, the one you were trying to think of. I guess that's the two dogs and the cat that are trying to find their way back. Is that the one you're
right? And the actor that did the pit bull is
perhaps that's your trivia question.
Is that the truth? But I don't have any pictures or anything from that. Oh, so somebody did get the Ian Griffith.
Yes, Robin Gronemus did. So Robin, you need to, let's see if I may double check that, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Robin Gronemus. So Robin, make sure you send your info to info@darbyhinton.com, just in case Darby doesn't remember to send you the picture. But he doesn't know your address, so you have to email him anyway. Yeah. Just saying, just cover all your bases. That's smart.
There you go.
He's a busy man, so. Let's see.
The things that go on, I'm telling you.
Oh, Brenda Mudrack says Michael J. Fox.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. She's pretty smart. Let's see. Ellen DiOrio, one of my favorite Bonanza people. Oh, wait. Brenda Mudrack says, is it true that the pit bull have 180 pounds of pressure in their jaws, Darby?
Yeah, they have one of the strongest bites out there. They kind of get
something, so don't piss them off.
That's why, they bite onto something and you can pick them up and dangle them and everything. Yeah, they, like I said, they're kind, they're gentle, but if they're protecting something and they think you're doing them wrong, it's not a dog you want to go up against.
That's
anybody
amazing.
wants to go up against. Bear doesn't want to go up against it.
But they're also super sweet on the other end. So remember that. Ellen DiOrio says, I love watching episodes of Daniel Boone with Darby. Will we have any more episode watches in the future? Well, funny you should ask, Ellen, because when we host, I think, are we doing Lost in Space, or are we going to do Veronica's favorite, The Choosing? She wanted to do that episode, right?
Didn't we do The Chosen with her?
No, we didn't. We did the pilot with her. And then the second time, I know we didn't do it. And she keeps saying
And then we
that's
did
her
the one-
favorite episode because that's the one where she gets kidnapped or whatever.
Which is based on a true story with the real Jemima Boone.
Oh, is it really? Oh, we should.
Yeah,
look at that one.
no, it's an amazing story. But no, she got kidnapped by Indians and dragged off, and Daniel went running after him barefoot, and I only caught up. Anyway,
Okay, so that's probably the one we're going to do with Veronica and Angela then, because she said
the other
Angela
one we
would
did,
be
you're right,
fun.
is the kissing one is the other one we did.
Israel in Love. No, oh yeah, that's right. That was the one where then she never really kissed him.
You just jogged my memory. I should really try to look up Robin Matson. It'd be fun to find her and do Israel in Love. Maybe I was that bad of a kisser that she never wants to talk to me again. I don't know.
Well, she was kind of an angry girl in it. Oh, you know what's another one I went through? If you wanted to do a good Rosie Greer one, is the one you did with Jodie Foster. That was actually kind of a cute episode.
Yeah.
I know we couldn't get Jodie Foster, but I'm just saying it was kind of a good. You were in it a lot, and we're kind of cute. And but Rosie Greer's in it too.
And there's
Isn't
one with Michael Dante we could probably do. I know.
Is that the one, the magician one that you've been wanting to do?
No. Oh, and I found it's so fun in Asheville. I found a picture, and my wonderful daughter-in-law has this book on magicians, and this is it, Pollock, and they show him. Oh, I didn't bring the write-up with it too. I did the write-up that was next to him, but yeah, he was world famous for his dove act. And that's in Josie, who's a darling who signs on and we talked to on here. She was there. She was the one that wanted to make sure I got Nightmare in the Sun out. But that was really fun to run across him. And we could. But
So
we
the
should
short
see-
answer is we probably will do a couple more Daniel Boones. As long as Darby's up for it, as long as they keep inviting him to conventions that he needs to promote, we'll do watch parties.
We only have 6 years of shows to choose from.
I know, but there's some you're in that you're better than others. So, you know, those are those.
Well, I guess we could put a poll out there too, the darlings and dudes, and
Well, I don't think we've done Tanner yet, and that's one of your favorites, isn't it?
yeah.
We've
yeah.
never done that one. I mean, I think of your favorite 4, we've only done 2 because we haven't done Israel in Love and we haven't done Tanner.
Yeah.
So anyway, so short answer, yes, we will be doing more episodes in the future. Ellen DiOrio also said thanks for updating us on Don Collier. So he was happy to do it. Okay. Carla Craybaum says, I met Don last April at the Happy Trails Festival. Don is a sweet man, definitely in my prayers. So that's good. And Brenda Mudrak said Michael J. Fox did the voice of Chance in that movie. Sally Field did the cat, and Don Amici did Shadow.
It was a fun movie. I remember it.
I'm
You
guessing
know,
Brenda
and-
really liked that movie. She's pretty
You
knowledgeable.
should. I could. No, it's getting too late to do this now. We can do that. Because my wife did video what I had to say at Johnny's celebration of life. And let me say quickly, even before that, Will Smith, as you know, I don't get that much into all these wonderful people that are leaving us that have meant so much over the years. You know, Will did a lot of Boones and was a good friend, and we traveled together and stuff. And of course, you know. Anyway, and then Johnny's, and it was fun. Had a great time with Wyatt and his wife, and a lot of great people flew in and drove in and were there for it.
So it was a really nice celebration.
It was. His brother Bobby put together a great little tribute, and my wife is a wonderful designer and camera person, not so much. But I think the fact that it affected me more is why I haven't posted about it. But I'll put up the little clip so you can at least see what I had to say about Johnny. But, yeah.
I think Rob Word's group taped it, so there might be a possibility of replaying the
Everything?
celebration.
Well,
If there is,
that's-
we'll let you know. Maybe we'll have a gathering and air meet or something where we can show it, and if people want to do a.
Right, and that'd be the whole thing.
We'll see.
And I did tape a little of Bobby and all that, but I think that's a family thing, and it's not my place to put that out there, if, you know. But I guess if I'm saying it, Maybe I should watch it and see what I said.
Darby. I've missed you most of all, Scarecrow. Brenda Motorex says it was cute. I like movies when they talk for the animals or babies. So she's still talking about Homeward Bound.
Johnny would be upset with me because I had ice in my drink.
Meaning no drink. You need to learn to pace yourself.
I'm talking about ice here.
Oh, well, you have the little refrigerator next to you.
The big refrigerator.
Okay. So let's see. Stacy Schaefer said there will be a good video and it's almost ready.
See?
So, and she also said Darby's speech for Johnny was wonderful. So anyway, so we will definitely keep you posted. Stacy will definitely keep us in the know. I know they've been posting some stuff, some pictures from it over on the Johnny Crawford Legacy page. So be sure, if you're not somebody who follows that, to be sure to follow that page, because they'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on over there, which is great. They do a fantastic job.
If I share it to just this group, the Darlings, then it can't be shared off of it supposedly. So that would be good. I just didn't want to put it out on, to where. Anyway, we'll see.
Let your conscience be your guide, Darby. To quote the great Jiminy Cricket.
Why would I start now?
Oh my gosh. Stacy says we haven't yet. We're waiting until Charlotte's report on Sunday before sharing pics. Oh, sorry, Stacy. So stay tuned for Charlotte's report on Sunday. There you go. There's Darby.
There we go. And that's Nancy's daughter. And there's wonderful Charlotte.
That's pretty. Fun. I love her dress.
What else? Here's Bobby. See, look at this. I'm getting good, huh? I mean,
it only took 10 pictures, but you got the hang of it. Oh, that's a nice one.
Isn't that? Bobby's so great.
He's got that beautiful smile. He's so funny. Oh, he's got one of Stacy Schaefer's cloud masks on. There you go. All right. So then, speaking of Kanab, let's just transition over to that.
Thank you.
Don't forget, next month is Darby's birthday, so we'll have to figure out some way to celebrate that. But for those who are coming to Kanab, that is August 26th, I think, to the 30th, right? It's Thursday through Sunday.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh, is it? I'm adding. Oh, you know what? I'm there till the 30th. That's why. Oh. I'm staying longer. I'm gonna check out the area. Oh, I've always wanted to go there, so this is like a great opportunity.
Oh, it's such a beautiful area. Well, you have not only Bryce and Zion, but you have the North Rim, which I think is, it's all spectacular. But the North Rim, I think, is the prettiest part. It's all right there. It's beautiful, and the little town of Kanab is great.
Well, I mean, for anybody who's going to be there, so we'll have to check each other out. And again, of course, we want to give a shout out to Nicole Walls and her mom for raising the funds for the plaque for Darby's dad, because they're going to be honoring Ed Hinton, as well as showing what movie? Oh, Dalton Girls. Is that the movie they're showing? A lot of their events have separate price tags on them, so make sure you check out their website. I think it's free to get into the venue to see the stars, but then of course there's different prices as far as if you want an autograph picture or pictures with them and things like that. So make sure you check out their website to get all those details.
And some of the breakout things, like I said, it's a movie about my dad and the plaque and all that. Can I get, if they're wearing the Darby's Darling pin or something, can I get some money off and stuff? And it's actually the city that is running it. So we know where that bureaucracy is. So unfortunately, I can't do anything there. But I will be dragging my sisters up so they can answer questions too about dad or growing up in Hollywood, or I'm sure they won't have any questions about me.
So Darren and Darcy, if you're on, I know Darren is, then get yourself ready for questions.
Oh, Darcy is very busy because, they opened another store in Hawaii, and then her daughter had a baby. And it's beautiful, and we're looking forward to seeing the baby in Kanab and everything. But she didn't really want to do the stores that much. So Darcy's kind of coming out of retirement and running around doing stores. Wow. She said otherwise she would come on We'll get them both for an interview. I think we'll show one of Dad's movies before we go there and have them both back on again.
And I'm trying to figure out a way to do
some.
some live reports from there too. So hopefully we'll be posting those to the Darby's Darlings and Dude page of some little impromptu tuning in. Because like the parade, I could probably broadcast the parade. Is that Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday. Everybody leaves Sunday.
Gotcha.
Sunday's
Not
out.
everybody. I'm leaving Monday, so not everybody.
Sure. Well, no, I mean most of the town. Those of us that say, but no, it starts with the Thursday night breakfast with the stars.
Dinner with a star.
Sorry, dinner with the stars. And you have to remember, if you're driving from LA, there's a time change. Not that I had that happen to me or anything. Last minute with Haggerty, no, it never happened. And then Friday, all day Friday. I think in the morning I'm doing a panel with Johnny Whitaker and probably Kathy and Bobby Crawford about being a child star. And then I think around 2:00 we're doing the movie and the plaque. And then Saturday.
Is Rudy Rumow still coming? Is he doing his Geronimo thing?
You know what? I will
He's
ask
still
you.
supposed to be there.
He just texted me the other day. I will ask you if he's driving.
For those of you who don't know Rudy, he was on High Chaparral with Dawn, but he's also in Yellowstone, which was
And
supposed to
Dawn.
premiere their new season, and they did not. They keep pushing it back, making all us Yellowstone fans crazy. How dare they? So we're gonna have to hit up Rudy and tell him to spoiler alert us.
Well, I don't know if he'll do that.
I know he won't. Doesn't mean
I
we
know.
can't get him all liquored up and try to pry the truth out of him.
You would never try to get anybody all liquored up. Come on.
I don't know. Depends on how bad I want to know that information, Darby. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see.
This is all Ginger's fault.
And the snake live with you. All right. Christine Flint says, so happy to join you tonight. Thank you both. Well, thank you for joining us, Christine. It was good to have you here.
Thank everybody.
And Stacy says she's going to send me one of the cloud masks. I already have some nice red, white, and blue ones, but Stacy's masks are amazing. I love them.
And the name of the album is With Blowing the Clouds Away Through the Clouds.
Sweeping the clouds away.
Sweeping the Clouds Away. There you go.
Okay, she sent me that. And then Tammy says about Darby's dad's memorial, a heartfelt congratulations to the Hinton family. Quite an honor and so well deserved. There you go.
It'll be so fun to get to share this with, Darren and Darcy and their families. And
He's going to have the whole kit and caboodle there, so y'all don't want to miss out. All right, what else? I think we've covered a lot, Darby. See, we didn't need a Daniel Boone episode.
just imagine if we'd done this much talking and the show, we would have the midnight hour with
Darby and Ginger, and boy, who knows what we'd say at that point.
It was great to talk with you again, to laugh with you again. And
No, it was great to see you. I've missed this, and I've missed seeing everybody. So thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. It was wonderful to see you and hear from you. So we'll have
do it
to
again next Thursday, same bat time.
You want to do it next week? I guess I'll be. I think I'm back in 2 weeks.
Traveling again.
No, I'm still in Vermont. Where I tell you, there's a lot to do here.
Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Anyway, good to see you, Darby. Everybody stay safe, and we will be checking in with everybody. So have a good one.